All right, welcome back to Week 13 Fantasy. This is the Thanksgiving special. I know we're all excited for it. We can all buy groceries this year. It just got put out politically. It was politically that a family of what does it say? You can feed a family of 10 for $56 this Thanksgiving. I know we're all excited about that. All right, so anyway, let's get back to it. This is Week 13, but we're going to do the Week 12 recap. Last week, Willie Nelson versus Tatanka Blanco. Tatanka Blanco knocked this one out of the park. It's not a shocker. Willie Nelson got beat by 100 points last time, so, he was really had a fighting chance this time, only getting beat by 18 points. So I'm real proud of him for that, and I know he's a solid pick moving forward. Surely. And also, it should be noted that all 9 players are still in the hunt for the fantasy playoffs, except for the only exception is Bitchell, who is the worst player in the league. You pulled it out. Rusty's not the worst player in the league anymore. It's definitely you, and you're eliminated. Rusty, at a 4-7 record, still is in the hunt. So this is a big week for Rusty, I think. He's 5-7, 5-7 now. All right, so then last week, bye week versus Downtown St. Brown. Bye week nearly pulled it out. Downtown St. Brown, I think, got him at the end just from memory. I'm not going to get into it because we got to get this thing out. Today's the day, Thursday, Thanksgiving football, and it's about to start. So next we have Red Nuts versus Rebuilding Season. Now this one actually is a heartbreaker. It would have been a heartbreaker all the way around. A heartbreaker for Mitchell because he almost knocked him off. Heartbreaker for me because Mitchell did knock him off this week. This current week I'm playing Red Nuts. Had I beat him this week, it would have boosted me in the first place. But then again, you can't rely on the last place player in the league. He only has 3 wins on the season. It was handed to him on a silver platter, and he blew it again. So it's not a real shocker. It's whatever. I saw a lot of videos yesterday. People saying rebuilding sucks, Mitchell sucks. I saw more talking about Wrecking Crew and how much he sucks. We'll get to that in just a second. So anyway, Red Nuts pulls it out 120-114. Then we have Wrecking Crew versus Mixing the Sauce. Wrecking Crew, I did call this one. Wrecking Crew, though he has the best record, power rankings, we know where he stands with that. He's not good in the power rankings. Just people have a lot of foresight in the media to call it like it is and just tell them, like, hey, man, you just don't have it. You know what I mean? And it's a bad time to not have it. For somebody that's in first place and has had a good season at the first of it, the time you don't want to fall apart is the playoffs. Usually you want to build the momentum and try to get back there, and you didn't. You're going the other way. Mixing the Sauce did pull that one out, puts him at 6-6. Mixing the Sauce still is not ahead of Tatanka Blanco, who's a steamroller right now. The momentum's definitely on his side. I'm sure the Wizard probably says the same thing. I saw the Wizard picks are out, but I haven't looked yet before this thing started. Anyway, Mixon took that 85-74. And then finishing up here, Rusty Buckets, former worst player in the league, sitting at 5-7, still got a shot at the playoffs, beat DeMartiac Arrest, who DeMartiac Arrest, as I've been calling it like 3-4 weeks, he's going to end up with a losing season, and it's looking that way still. He's 6-7. You got beat by the 9th worst player in the league. Possibly. I don't know. You know what? Maybe I shouldn't say that because he's coming around at playoff time. I actually projected that, predicted it every week. Brad, you're watching this thing. Give me the difference. I'm not looking it up. Just one of you guys tell me. I projected or predicted, whichever one I did, the DeMartiac Arrest game. Rusty Buckets pulls that out by 20, 94-74. So, that's serious. Hey, guys, if there's dinging in the video, sorry. I'm getting a lot of text messages, and I'm on airplane mode, so I'm actually kind of disgusted at the dings. Anyway, so here we go. Let's move in to the actual Thanksgiving Day games. I don't know when they start. Sometime in the next hour. This thing will definitely be out before then. You guys will get to see your picks, so I'm going to try to shorten it up. Here we go. Red Nuts versus Tatanka Blanco. This one, oh, man. It's not game of the week. Had Mitchell been able to knock him off, which once again unsuccessfully, and you can't rely on him. Had he knocked him off, it would have been game of the week. It's definitely not now, though. But Red Nuts sitting at 9-3, Tatanka Blanco 7-5. Red Nuts is projected to lose this one, 197. Tatanka Blanco is projected to win. It's not a shocker. Like we've said in the past, he's a juggernaut. It's a buzzsaw. That's me, by the way. And Red Nuts, you just don't got it. You're another one of those fall apart teams. And even though you have 9 wins, there's 2 weeks left. If I beat you this week and you lose next week, the tie's going to go to me based on points. So Tatanka Blanco probably got this one today by 15. We're about to get out here and get a jump start on this Thursday. I'm not going to look at the box score because I don't have time for that. To be honest, I have no idea how many players I got playing today, nor you Red Nuts. So Mixing the Sauce versus Downtown St. Brown. This one I'm actually going to take. I actually hate this one for Mixing the Sauce, but Downtown St. Brown's got the hot hand. You almost didn't. You almost lost last week. That was definitely going to drop you in the power rankings, but you did pull it out. That's just a testament to how badass you are at fantasy. Downtown St. Brown, I know we're all excited for it. So you are projected to lose this one 91 to 109. That difference is a little concerning because, as I always say, projections mean nothing unless it's a total landslide and then, there's something up there. But you're definitely projected to lose this one pretty big without getting into the number. I got to. That's such a big swing for somebody who's really riding a hot hand. Oh, Downtown St. Brown. Let's see here. Where are we at? Mixing the Sauce. Oh, you got Bo Nix. You got Joe Mixon. You're mixing all the way. Nixon, you know what I mean. McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb. Well, first of all, somebody's got to throw CeeDee Lamb the ball. Second of all, somebody's got to throw Garrett Wilson the ball. Third of all, Kenneth Walker, not a believer. Trey McBride can have 3 points. Justin Tucker can't kick a field goal. You know what? I don't care what the projections are. Downtown St. Brown, you get this one by 5, and that's what it is. Not trying to get anybody's feelings hurt, but mixing the sauce. You're mixing the. Sorry, there's some trucks in the background because people don't know how to park when people on microphones. I don't guess. So anyway, so what we got here. I lost my train of thought there. Bye week, Rusty Buckets. What was my thoughts? I don't remember. Makes me mad. People don't have any sense. Anyway, so what do we got? We got bye week and Rusty Buckets of Dookie. Bye week, you're at 5-7. Rusty Buckets Dookie 5-7. I'm pretty high on Rusty Buckets these days. Bye week, you never actually pulled it out. Like you never had a flash in the pan outside of like the first 2 weeks where we were like, oh man, he's back. Rusty Buckets, and he's still got a shot at the playoffs. So do you, just because you have the same record. But bye week, Ross, you're terrible. Let's forget this season even happened for you. Maybe you'll respond next year. Buckets takes this one by 20. Yeah, by 20. The Buckets is back. This one, Wrecking Crew versus Willie Nelson. Oh man, this one, does this one have Game of the Week implications written all over it? No, I don't think so. If we're going to be honest, I probably should have said it. If I had to guess my Game of the Week this week, well, you know what? Before I start stuttering and backtracking and all that, yeah, Game of the Week this week is actually Mixing Sauce in Downtown St. Brown. Downtown St. Brown is going to secure his fantasy spot. Mixing the Sauce is still fighting for one. If he takes a loss, it's going to put him in an odd predicament. So definitely Game of the Week, Mixing the Sauce, Downtown St. Brown. And as I said, Downtown St. Brown by 5. So Wrecking Crew, Willie Nelson, this is a brother battle. I've been a stepdad to both of these kids. I'm really proud of both of you guys. You know what I mean? Wrecking Crew versus Willie Nelson. Some of you have better days than others. And Willie Nelson, today's not your day. And honestly, I called the last 2 weeks losses for Wrecking Crew down in the power rankings. But this week versus Willie Nelson, you're going to get beat, maybe a lot. The projection is 106 to 98. I just don't feel like, you got some suspect guys in the lineup. But one of your guys, Jaylen Warren, actually caused me to take Harris out of my lineup. So, I think he gets the goal line carries, maybe good for you, potentially. Pittsburgh is top in their division. I still believe they are. Anyway, Wrecking Crew, you're going to get this by 15. Rebuilding season versus DeMartiac Arrest. Rebuilding season, worst player in the league, so it's going to continue. You did pick up Tua in front of me off of waivers last week, which I didn't necessarily like. And then you have Chuba Hubbard, who sucks. He's from Canada, and he's not good at football, but apparently he is when you play for Carolina. So moving forward, we have rebuilding season. You're projected 94. DeMartiac Arrest is 100. This is a tough one to call because I think DeMartiac Arrest sucks. Actually, I was looking at last week's numbers. I just saw this. I shouldn't have been saying anybody's records because I didn't flip forward to this week. You're actually 5-7. So, Will, you can't have a winning season. So I believe my prediction is going to stand. And rebuilding season, oh man. I don't want to go with you because, like I say, you never go with 10th place. But if I were ever going to go with 10th place, it would be your week. But it's not because it's not. DeMarty Arrest, you get this one, though. Uh, Golly, this is the worst game of the week. This is snooze fest of the week, this one right here. So I feel bad for you guys. Let me move to the power rankings here and we'll get this thing over with. Power rankings may not be that far off of what ESPN has it at. Maybe minus Wrecking Crew, who, as we've seen multiple videos this week across the country, a lot of people paying attention to this think Wrecking Crew sucks. But here's our power rankings of the week. So at number 10, we have Rebuilding Season. That's not a shocker. He grew up in a cul-de-sac, and he's not good at stuff. He's not good at basketball. He's not good at golf. He's not good at fantasy. He's not good at, I don't know. I think he had a girlfriend one time in Montana, and she dipped. So there's that, you know. So he's definitely number 10. Bye week. If I could put you below 10, I would, but I can't. So bye week, you're definitely coming in at number 9. These are all accurate. These are accurate ratings this in the power rankings outside of maybe Rusty Buckets. But it's mirroring ESPN's right now. Willie Nelson, you coming in at 8. DeMarty Arrest, you're at number 6. Mixing Sauce, number 5. Rusty Buckets. Excuse me. Did I mix that up? Yeah, I did. DeMarty Arrest, 6. Mixing the Sauce. What? I can't even talk. Hey, DeMarty, you're 7. And Mixing the Sauce, you're 6. That puts Rusty Buckets at 5. Now I think we're back with that. Oh, Wrecking Crew, you definitely stepped up with 2 losses, but, you know, you actually jumped up just because it's playoff time. You got to prove yourself. We're gonna put you at 4. You know what? I don't even like to put you at 4. I should have written this down. Rusty Buckets is number 4. You're number 5, Wrecking Crew. You've lost 2 straight, and you're lucky it was even that. What were you, like 8 or 9 last week? So that puts us to the top 3. Now here it goes. Downtown St. Brown, you nearly lost last week. So this week in the power rankings, I know this is crazy, and you got a shot to really jump up and be somebody in life. This week, if you win and Crew loses, oh man, where's the numbers? I'm not going to get off the screen. Let me just try to find this real fast in my rambling real fast way. 250. Oh yeah. Downtown St. Brown, if you win, Wrecking Crew loses this week, you're in first place. But, you know, sorry, that doesn't put you anywhere. You know, you're in a weak bracket. It's definitely a weak bracket over there on that side. So where does that pound? You come in at 3 on the power rankings. Tatanka Blanco comes in at number 2. And then where's that put us? Red Nuts, that puts you at number 1. I like that because if I beat number 1, I'm the outright number 1 on the power rankings list. So, you know, that's just what it is. If you don't like where you failed, do better. I can't help it. You know what I mean? It's Thanksgiving. You guys get out and, you know, go get your shopping done. I heard, what did you say? $56 feeds 10 people this year? Yeah, this is coming out of the White House. This is big news here. You know, that they've done real good with food costs and gas costs, and it's a holiday. People are traveling with gas, and they're just trying to relieve some pressure on the American public, you know, before they get out. Making a shot, making their claim for 2028. Look what we did in the last month when it didn't matter, when we screwed the other 4 years. All right, so